Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
Watch trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. That drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares, but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go.
Hey there, everybody. This is Mike. I am introducing this all incorrectly, so I'm going to start that over.
Yeah, okay, let's do it again.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bois. I'm Mike, and I'm here with Rusty.
And I'm Rusty, yeah.
Rusty, welcome to Friday.
It is a Friday episode.
It is
yeah.
That Ain't Right Friday.
That Ain't Right Friday. And we got a boy that just ain't right on the line with us today. One of our
we have our stats geek extraordinaire.
Yeah, one of our long-time, might be one of the first.
He
fans
was
to
one of the first ones. Yeah, absolutely. Certainly to communicate
handful.
back and forth with us like this.
For sure.
Artie, are you there?
Wimatanya.
Hey,
Artie.
Artie.
What's up, Artie?
Dude, number one, I just want to say thank you so much for all the work you do. You do a great job getting us all the facts and stuff, and I know that Rusty has talked about how it's just really increased in the quality over the episodes that we've done too.
Yeah. He went from Facebook messages with the information, and now he's escalated to Word docs. So we're getting documents. So yeah, we're getting.
Well, I got a new computer.
You got a new computer.
There you go.
Great. That's wonderful. Well, Artie, we brought you on because on Fridays we do some stuff that's a little different than our normal episodes, and we wanted to talk to you about like what got you into this. What is the King of the Hill hook for you, and why our show?
Well, King of the Hill. Hank Hill basically is a prototype of my father.
Oh.
And in this episode that we're going to be doing coming up soon, the Horrors of Shop, is a perfect example where he says something along the lines of, how would that look? Hank Hill found dead, not working.
That's right. That's right.
My dad in a nutshell. That is my dad in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's great. That's beautiful.
And I was always like Bobby, creative, a little more athletic than Bobby. I played sports and stuff, but I was definitely a creative writing guy and wrote poems and goofed around. And my dad was a mechanic, and I didn't want to be in the garage with him doing that. I'd rather be upstairs watching TV and laughing at comedies and trying to write my own sitcoms. And
so, Artie,
it really just identified with me.
You don't have to necessarily tell us what specifically you do or did, but tell us kind of the general area. What did you do for most of your life? Like what was your job? What was the thing that you did?
I grew up in Syracuse, and then I went to school in Boston.
Okay.
And then I ended up being a bartender basically for about 30 years. And I lived in Atlanta and a little bit in Nashville. And then I was back in Boston, and then I went out to Hawaii for 13 years.
Wow.
All with the Hard Rock Cafe. So
you were okay. Yeah.
I got my miles in, and I got my people skills in and all that kind of stuff. So I've been around, and I met a lot of people, and I was in Hawaii when King of the Hill came on.
Yeah.
And when it first started, and it was awesome. it just caught my attention. It was well written, and it got better and better every year. And I think we're getting into the meat of the seasons.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
oh, yeah, we're leaning into it right now. We're definitely getting into some of my favorite episodes. The first 3 seasons are always going to be iconic for me. That's always going to be the best chunk of 3 seasons. But we're getting into some really hardy stuff. Yeah.
Well, you know,
the first 3 seasons are like the foundation, and now we're starting to like put new, change the paint on the house.
You get 3, you get 3 seasons into any sitcom, and now you're talking about characters you can do things based on their proclivities. You know, you know these people at this point, right? And so you get into that meat of the situation. Like I told Rusty, I've been rewatching Parks and Rec, and the 3rd season is my favorite. Because at that point,
they get rid of some people.
Yeah,
they brought some new people in.
Start
focusing more on these guys.
Yep, Mark Brandanowitz is gone, and now they bring in Chris Traeger, and they bring in Adam Scott, and so I
like Adam Scott though.
It's a hell of a show.
I like his character in that show.
Yeah.
That's a good show too.
Even know his name.
Adam
You're
Scott.
doing him such a disrespect right now.
Rob Lowe.
Ben Wyatt.
Yeah, Ben Wyatt.
Oh, Ben
Adam,
Wyatt. Yeah, Ben Wyatt.
Sure. No, we're not trying to. We're not trying to disrespect it. Yeah, that's Mason.
That's Mason.
Oh, yeah, hi, Artie. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in just now.
No, you're the man, dude.
Thank you,
That's
man.
great.
I wish I had your job.
Yeah, Mason doesn't. He wishes you had his job too.
Mason, man.
Yeah, Mason.
Hell of a guy.
Mason's been a hell of a boon for us to come in and produce this thing, and we really appreciate all of his skills and work.
I really don't know where it would be without him sometimes.
Well, I like that he sits in the background and you guys do your thing, and every once in a while he pipes in. And that's what I do, sitting at home listening.
That's what
listening on Spotify and doing my walk and piping in. That's how I got right into you guys in the first place. I was like, how do you not know that? You're from Texas.
That's
but
right.
You do know that.
Yeah.
The more we got to know each other, the more you got into the show, the more you guys, I don't know, started to express yourselves a little bit more too.
Oh, so sure.
That made the show better.
Well, let me ask you this,
Artie. Just real quick, I'm gonna bust in, but Artie, just to that point, even these type shows, podcasts and stuff, you don't know what they are until you get into the meat of them. I mean, you can start with the best of intentions, but until you get into the meat of it and you find all the characters and the players and all that stuff in your show, you don't really know what they are. Yeah,
you guys are hitting your groove now too.
Yeah, we're getting into a groove.
Just like the show.
We're charting in other countries, so that's definitely groovy, if nothing else. So what the question I got for you now is, how did you go about finding our show? Was it a hashtag somewhere that you clicked on or something that took you to it? Or
maybe a brain aneurysm?
Yeah.
Well, I first started like getting in a podcast when I started walking, and then I started looking for things that interested me, and then I started to think like, what about TV shows that interested me?
Yeah.
So I looked up King of the Hill, and there was a couple out there, and I tried them, and I didn't really like them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that the people that watched it were watching it. Like, I started watching it from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So every time I see it, it's like the 15th time I've seen it. I already know the line that's coming, and I'm laughing at it before it's said. Yeah. But they're looking at it like the first time they're seeing it, and they don't know the characters. So I always get a little bummed out, and then I listen to you guys, and you guys were just a couple of guys from Texas.
That's right.
Talking about a family from Texas. It all sounded more natural. And you guys were giving insights from being in Texas. All the little stuff that I don't know because I can watch the show from now forever. I don't know those little Texas
Yeah, well, there was a couple of them that just came up.
Yeah,
there was a couple of them that came up in the episode that we just recorded. We just recorded episode 3 and season 4, and they got the jackalope. Mm-hmm. Which you're a little older, so you might know what a jackalope is, but a lot of people might not know what a jackalope is. That's pretty Western. I'm not just going to put it for Texas, but it's a pretty Western thing. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona.
Jackalope killed my mother.
I only know a jackalope because I worked for a Tex-Mex restaurant for a couple years.
Oh, really? There you go. Yeah, that's it.
That'll get you learned up.
So
nobody else knew what that was until they worked there and went in the restaurant. You know?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, Rusty, eating healthy used to be a struggle for me, but that was before I discovered the BlendJet 2 portable blender.
The BlendJet 2.
Now when fast food temptation strikes, I just blend up a delicious and nutritious protein shaker smoothie. They gave us a whole bunch of those little packages that came with the blender.
Yeah.
And there's some really good flavors in there. I mean, there's some like that matcha thing.
The green matcha?
Yeah. Those are pretty damn good. BlendJet 2 is portable, so you can blend up smoothies at work, a protein shake at the gym, or even a margarita on the beach. It's small enough to fit in a cup holder, but powerful enough to blast through ingredients like ice and frozen fruit with ease. Maybe a human thumb. Don't put your thumb in it. BlendJet 2 is whisper quiet, so you can make your morning smoothie without waking up the whole house. Lasts for 15 plus blends and recharges quickly via USB-C, which has saved us all. There's nothing worse than turning that USB thing over and over and over and over, and then finally finding how it plugs in, you know?
Oh, yeah, I don't like that
USB-C
either. USB-C saved us all.
Best of all, BlendJet 2 cleans itself. Just blend water with a drop of soap and you're good to go. There's 30 plus colors and patterns to choose from. There's a BlendJet 2 to complement just about any style. We have a pink one? Lavender. Pink one. I think ours is lavender.
Mine is the Toy Story Aliens.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Pizza Planet one.
Ooh, that one. Yeah. They've got some really cool colors, but I really like the patterns. I know one of the people here got one that looks like Woody the Sheriff.
Is there a code with them?
There is a code. What are you waiting for? Go to blendjet.com and grab yours today. Glab it today.
Glibbity glob.
And when you do glab it, make sure you use the promo code
BWAAA12.
That's to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. No other portable blender on the market comes close to the quality, power, and innovation of the BlendJet 2. They guarantee you'll love it or your money back. Blend anytime, anywhere with the BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use the code
BWAAA12
to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. Shop today and get the best deal ever.
BlendJet 2, formerly known as BlendJet.
Hey, everyone. It's me, your puzzle-loving pal. Did you know I was a puzzle-loving pal?
I didn't know you were a puzzle-loving pal.
I got to tell you about my latest obsession. It's Wongo puzzles. These things are the real deal. They are high quality, handcrafted, and perfect for anyone who loves a good challenge but doesn't want to dedicate their entire kitchen table to puzzles for a week. Trust me, I have been there. I will tell you this, my parents, they're very old and decrepit, and they do puzzles all the damn time.
Yeah.
Like there's always a table that has like an unfinished puzzle. Yeah, it's either that or I don't know.
Die.
Feel your bones. So these puzzles, these Wongo puzzles, they are 100% wooden. They'll last forever. Each piece is hand drawn. Just think about that for a second. Each piece is hand drawn, so no two pieces are the same, and you'll discover some fun whimsy pieces as you work through it.
Whimsy.
They come in a custom wooden box, which is perfect for storage and gifting. Before we started doing this, I didn't realize how many people I know already have these Wongo puzzles. I mean, they're apparently pretty.
You can't go wherever Juan go.
With stunning designs and unique shapes, Wongo puzzles are a cut above the rest. I loved doing the snow globe puzzle myself. It was great to pull out a puzzle and be done in a night and not have it on the table for a week. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Wongo Puzzles, WONGO puzzles.com, and pick a puzzle today. And be sure to use the promo code
BWAAA
for 10% off your order. It's the most fun you'll have with a puzzle, guaranteed, or your money back. Go to WONGO puzzles.com and use your code
BWAAA
to get 10% off your order and get puzzling right now. Hey, Rusty, did you know that you could be putting oil and chemicals in your coffee?
No, I didn't know that.
I love coffee creamer, but I don't think I've ever turned a bottle around to actually see what's inside. Recently I did, and I found out many of my favorite creamers, like especially the one my wife used to use, they contain ingredients I would never intentionally add to my coffee cup, like canola oil, dipotassium phosphate, whatever that is.
Terrible.
Artificial flavors. I can't take artificial flavors a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm good on any flavoring.
They taste gross.
I don't like flavors in my coffee. I like the earth and flavor of coffee.
I love coffee. Don't get me wrong. I do love it. I just I don't like all that crap in my coffee, right?
Yeah, no, it does that.
So let me tell you about Laird Superfoods then. They have better ingredients, amazing taste, and functional benefits. Laird Superfood creamers are crafted from the highest quality, all-natural, real food ingredients. All Laird products are sustainably sourced and thoroughly tested to ensure that you're incorporating the cleanest, finest fuel into your routine. Now, they're all natural. They've got whole food ingredients. They contain naturally occurring MCTs from coconut oil, and everybody tells you coconut oil is good for you. Mm-hmm. There's no artificial flavors, no colors, no additives, no sugar from highly refined corn syrup. So that's a big deal right there. If you take one thing you do every day and make it better, Laird developed his creamer himself to stay powered for a day on the waves. He was a big wave surfer, Laird Hamilton was, and he needed a morning fuel that could allow him to spend the entire day chasing the ultimate wave. So he made this creamer, and it is it's crazy, crazy good. Laird sources high-quality plant-based ingredients globally and puts an emphasis on U.S. sources whenever possible. They aim to source responsibly and sustainably and believe that the foods you consume should be as good for the earth as they are for you. They have honest and transparent products and labels. If you try it, you won't go back. They have functional superfood creamers, instant lattes, and prebiotic greens. They have a variety of snacks and supplements full of wholesome plant-based ingredients to keep you charged for wherever life takes you. So to get a deal on Laird Superfoods, I need you to go to zen.ai BWAAA King of the Hill. So that's zen.ai/BWAAA King of the Hill. And your offer code there is BWAAA. So Laird Superfoods makes a better creamer that keeps you powered all day, and it's better for you, the earth, and your coffee. What do you say, Rusty? You want to go get some coffee?
Coffee.
Hey, Rusty?
Yeah.
Did you know that dehydration is the leading cause of daytime fatigue?
Oh, no.
I don't know about you, but like 2:30, 3 o'clock, I just hit a wall almost every day. I was shocked to learn that even mild dehydration can cause headaches, muscle weakness, brain fog, but luckily there's a cure.
Oh, there is?
Actually, I should have said there's a solution. It's called Cure. Cure Hydration. The Cure Hydration is an oral rehydration solution, or ORS, that contains the perfect balance of electrolytes. We know how important that is because plants crave it.
Super important.
And glucose to help your body absorb water and rehydrate quickly. The formula is made with all natural ingredients like coconut water, powder, and pink Himalayan salt. Whoopee. And it is free from artificial flavors, sweeteners, and preservatives. Cure Hydration is vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO. That makes it a great option for anyone with dietary restrictions and preferences. The packets that they give you, they're convenient, they're easy to use. You just mix them with water and drink. They're perfect for on-the-go, travel, or anytime you need quick hydration. Hydration is more than just drinking water, Rusty. It is, that's what Lauren Picasso, a lifelong endurance athlete, discovered as she struggled to stay hydrated no matter how much water she drank. I've known people like that. My wife drinks so much water, it's crazy. Lauren found Cure, a science-backed electrolyte drink mix to make hydration easy for everyone. Cure believes that hydration should be simple and effective, but also clean and natural. That's why they only use the highest ingredients and quality plant-based stuff to avoid any artificial or harmful additives. They're committed to transparency and honesty. All of their ingredients are clearly listed on their website and packaging, and they're always happy to answer any questions or concerns. So are you ready to combat dehydration?
Absolutely.
You can try Cure today and feel the difference for yourself. Use your code
BWAAA. Sorry, I blanked.
You're good. For 20% off your order. Try Cure today and feel the difference for yourself. Use our special code
BWAAA
for 20% off your order. Your coupon will be activated at checkout. Try Cure Hydration. Stop drying out. Give us an idea, and I think this is different for everybody, but like, why do you still watch King of the Hill? Why is that? Why is it so comfortable to be able to slip back into a show like that?
It's the dialogue. It's the characters. I mean,
yeah.
I'll admit that I'm guilty sometimes when there's a string of 4 in a row, and I'll be like, oh, those aren't even my favorite. But I still rewind them. I still DVR them, and I still make sure I watch them because they're comfortable and they're honest. And it's very clever, very funny, and there's lots of little things if you notice.
Yeah.
They tweak little things, and you guys are really good at the local stuff because I don't get that.
I appreciate it.
And then there's some historical stuff that the younger people don't get because they don't know.
Yeah.
I just told my brother about LBJ when Buck Hill Buck Strickland rather, held up the dog, and he's like, all these are top except for that one. That was a little, and he holds him up just like LBJ. And I scrambled to find that picture to send it to Rusty to say, I don't even know if you know about that picture, but that was huge back in the day, and I learned it in school.
Yeah.
And I'm not even from Texas.
That's right.
So I'm sure that it's in a textbook someplace, you know?
Yeah. No, it's funny how they make those references to that kind of stuff, which it feels to me like a Looney Tunes cartoon, right? I mean, in the old days, the Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck stuff, a lot of it was written for adults. And this was
all of it at the beginning. Yeah,
this was just the delivery system, right? Was a cartoon. And so you talk about those little things and those things that go over kids' heads and stuff. King of the Hill is no pun intended, king of that stuff, because they slip in not only the funny pratfalls, but the timely jokes, the historical jokes, the references to things, and then you're able to tie it up with like a little morality bow at the end, and it's. I can't ever tell you that I've watched an episode of King of the Hill and felt bad about myself afterwards. I mean, it always just makes you feel so good. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I convinced my dad to watch it.
Yeah.
I convinced my dad to watch it when I told him it's a cartoon Andy Griffith.
Yeah, that's boy, that is spot on. I've never really thought of that.
Is that how you tricked him into watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and the
crazy.
first episode we watched is coming up. The first episode that I got him to watch is one that's a few seasons away.
Which one is
but
that?
It's the one where the truck is dying and he's crying about he goes to see the movie about the roses and he's crying about his truck dying.
Yeah.
And he's in the garage working on it, and Bobby kicks around on a creeper and knocks the oil on the ground, and he goes, "Damn it, Bobby! Now people are going to think I'm a drunk. Clean that up." That is my dad. That is my dad and me growing up my whole life.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It was spot on, and they don't curse.
Yeah,
they don't get dirty.
That's true.
It's perfect for every age. It's Andy Griffith.
The dirtiest you ever get is Hank raising his eyebrows at Peggy or something. I mean, that's really it. It just doesn't happen.
They talk about pornography, but
yeah,
they don't get into it. There's a whole episode about teaching kids sex, and she says vagina, and that's like the dirtiest thing they've said in the whole show.
Yeah, it really does feel like no matter what subject, you could sit down and watch it with your parents at any age for the most part. I mean, it just it's a very I think people currently they see it as this right wing, kind of
it's not
alternative thing.
It's so like
just
apolitical. Yeah, the show's really just like it's either way.
It's made for anybody.
Yeah,
it really is. It's so
Well,
broad.
the last episode that you guys did where you took the emails, the last Friday episode that you just had, where you said that someone was afraid, and I know I sent a message to Rusty saying,
you sent
when I can't remember the girl's name, but she was like, I'm afraid it's going to go basically too woke and it's not going to stick to it. And I was like, I bet her favorite character was Cotton.
That's right.
Because he was the last dying breed of those people, and then Hank is trying to get out from under that.
Yeah.
Stop the procession of treating your kids that way.
That's right.
Bobby is the opposite, so he's flourishing, and that again is just like my family too, because my dad was trying to learn how to raise a kid that wasn't a mechanic.
Yeah.
And that was his life, and he couldn't handle it. So
instead of meat, it was cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of propane, it was cars. He built street rods.
Right.
That was his life, and I wasn't into that.
Right. Yeah.
Bobby's not into propane. He deals with it. He knows enough about propane, like, he knows enough about Spanish to say, don't correct your Spanish, Lucky.
Yeah. My
that
dad,
kind of stuff.
with my dad, it was fishing. He was off fishing all the freaking time, and he wanted me to be a fisherman, and I just thought it was super boring and didn't want to do it. I mean, I wanted to draw, I wanted to make things, I wanted to be creative. I didn't want to go fishing. So
when you're watching Hank trying to get Bobby into propane, and Bobby's not doing it, there you go. That's your call. That's your connection.
It does. It speaks to all of us in its own unique way, And so I treasure this show, and I really hope that the reboot or reimagining or continuation of the show, whatever you want to call it, I just hope it's true to its roots. Nothing would make me sadder than to see it be a different show.
Well, I think they would sell out if everybody's running around in rainbow flags because that's not who they are.
Sure. No, they're not.
If during the course of the season they start to wake up to that,
I think
by like season 13, Peggy's best friend is a trans guy.
Sure.
A cross-dresser that dances at a club, and she gets mad because she is embarrassed that they thought she was a man.
Yeah. I think Hank would be.
That is a really funny episode. Actually.
It is a funny episode.
Really
That's great.
I think Hank would be the first one to support folks. He doesn't necessarily agree with it, and that's okay. But he would be the first one in line to support them for their right to do whatever they want to do.
Oh, yeah. He might not agree with anything that anybody does, but he's definitely.
Well, I tell you what, especially if somebody started calling him names or somebody was being mean to somebody else or whatever, he'd be the first one there.
It's kind of like what I said that one episode. It's kind of like the racist old white guy pulling over on the side of the road to help the black guy change his tire just because he wants to have some type of superiority complex over him, kind of thing. Like, I'm better than you. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Hank did that with the porno people.
That's right.
Remember, he did that with the porno people whose limo broke down, and he's like, I think something's wrong with our transmission, and he's trying to change his tire. And he's like, hey, they're going to die out here. We got to help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
he's
true.
like, they're a bunch of jackasses, but I can't sit here and watch somebody die. Yeah.
Right. And he had a petition trying to get them kicked out, but he pulled over and took them to their award dinner.
Yeah. No, Hank is a surprisingly outstanding citizen.
Yeah. Hey,
and I think that's a rebuff against Cotton, who is 100% anti everybody that's not Cotton.
Cotton is the worst. Cotton's the worst. Artie, I would like to bestow a title upon you. We are going to make you our Chief Information Officer for the show.
Oh.
So each time that we refer to Artie from now on, Rusty, it is Artie Chief Information Officer, for Bois.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we want to make sure that you are seen for the guy that you are.
Credited,
properly credited. We'll start putting you in into this stuff, and I want to thank you again for taking this ride with us and just being there always and sending us information. You don't understand how much it means to us to have somebody like yourself who we've never met in real life to do something like this and kind of follow us along.
And
so
folks, this
again,
is all
thank
free.
you so much.
We don't pay Artie.
That's right.
Matter of fact, we've cost Artie money. So it's I don't know. It's for us, Artie. It's we do this out of a love for the show, of course. But now we're kind of stuck in it for the community. You know what I mean? So it's great that you're like the founding community member. And like I said, we appreciate everything that you've done and continue to do, man. And let's see where we go from here. I'm sure the evolution will involve you more as we go along.
Yeah, we've got some plans, Artie, and I'll get Rusty to kind of articulate those to you as far as things in the future. But we just wanted to say thank you and have you on. It's long overdue.
Well, you just made my day.
Well, thanks,
and
man.
I was telling my brother, I've been listening to you guys since like middle of season 1, beginning of season 2-ish, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And I said the whole thing started because I thought they missed a couple of things, references. Not that you got anything wrong, but things that you could have expanded on.
I remember that first.
And I wrote kind of a mean email to Mike because I didn't know who I was writing it to.
Yeah.
And he turned me over to Rusty, and from that, I didn't think it was mean at the time, but I'm looking back, I looked at it, I was like, I was kind of like a jerk.
I did not take it that way, man. We are. Yeah, I did not.
You guys didn't take it that way, and you guys got back
to
me and said, well, then write us something and tell us what you think we should do here and there. And all of a sudden, I got turned on to Rusty. And
That's it.
Now, me and Rusty talk all the time, and I stick my 2 cents in. I send him pictures and little clips and my ideas. And
dude,
sometimes I'm a little buzzed, and maybe he doesn't see the same thing I see, but it's all in the same vein,
Yeah. No, it's like being a family, right? I mean, you're not going to agree with everybody all the time, and that's just the way it is, but we stick together. So, again, thank you, Artie. We appreciate it. We always appreciate you being in the background there and sending us information. And we're going to cut this one off, but we know that you'll be around and you'll be listening and you'll be helping us develop these episodes, and we really appreciate you.
And I appreciate you guys. And if I can get some stickers, I will conveniently start sticking them places where people will see them.
You got it, man.
I don't talk to too many people, but I go places and I can stick them. I can be the graffiti, the blog,
slap it around. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you a pile, man. You got it.
Right on.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us again for this That Ain't Right Friday. And Rusty, where can they find us?
BWAAAKOTH.com.
That's it. Goes right to our stuff, and you should be able to see everything from there. We will see you again on Monday.
And in the famous words of Nardwuar, the human serviette, doot doot doot. Doot doot.
I have no idea what that means.
You don't know the music guy?
Shaving a haircut, 2
Nardwuar?
bits. That's all I know.
You don't know who Nardwuar
Oh, I
is?
do know Nardwuar. Yeah.
Nardwuar. Yeah, that's what he says.
Artie, do my sign off for me.
Wimatanya.
That's it.
Wimatanya.
All right, we'll see you again.
Artie.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.